Boys and girls, in less than 24 hours, our CPI data report is set to be released. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions, and just like we've said in the past two videos, the big focus for myself and my team this week is the inflation report. This will give us a better understanding if the Federal Reserve in their next meeting is expected to actually cut interest rates or if they will continue to pause. This will also give us a better understanding if tariffs are inflationary as it is set to take effect into these CPI data inflation reports, right? That being said, tomorrow, 1 hour before the market opens, for those that do not know, there is a CPI data report. You guys can look this up yourself. So tomorrow, which is July 15th, 1 hour before the market opens, we will have an understanding of what the core CPI is and what overall CPI is. It looks like they expect overall CPI to go from 2.4 to 2.6%, and then core CPI to go from 2.8 back up to 3%. Depending if it comes in above or below will determine if the market goes up or down. Remember, the Federal Reserve's target has been 2% inflation. We are not at 2%. No one cares what trueflation or what it says on TradingView. The Federal Reserve pays attention to the PCE report and the CPI data report. That is their favorite way to track inflation. They do not care about any other skewed way that you are looking at the inflation rate. We are not at the target. The Federal Reserve has made it very clear that that's been their target, and they've been more cautious in cutting rates recently because of the tariffs that were announced that tend to be inflationary. We do not know. And that is why they're waiting for the data to support the case if they are or are not, right, inflationary. And we will get a better understanding tomorrow. So again, if you guys want to tune on in for that CPI data report live stream, I do plan to host it 1 hour before the market opens. And again, all you have to do is get this video to over 1,000 likes and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. The thing that I do want to share with you is that markets are pushing up for no reason right now. This doesn't really surprise me. We talked about this yesterday on Sunday for our Sunday Stock Talk, where markets were down almost about this amount. They were down about 0.38%. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull it up. Yeah, during the overnight hours, we saw lows of 550, but I said, hey, markets are super irrational. They've been looking for any and every reason on why to recover. So it does not surprise me that the markets are trying to recover, but it's going to be impossible to ignore the inflation report tomorrow. And if it comes in worse than what is expected, get ready for markets to drop. If it comes in better than what was expected, then get ready for markets to possibly push to new highs, which could support the case for a rate cut in the next meeting from the Federal Reserve. So it's at a very exciting time to just pay attention to the data. No one cares about any individual opinion. All we care about is the data. So this is where you can put your money where your mouth is. If you want to be aggressive or conservative, you can wait for confirmation. Or if you want to be aggressive, you can choose to take a position out. If you're so certain that markets are going to go up, be my guest and buy heavy and buy now, right? Or if you want to be cautious and you think markets might retrace, then this is the time prior to the report coming out to maybe reduce your position size and begin to take profits. There is no right or wrong. It's all dependent on your risk tolerance and your timeline. If you do not want to put yourself in a position where you have to tolerate a pullback, possibly due to that inflation report, then do something about it now. Our job is not to predict the future, as you will never be able to. Our job is to prepare, right? And it's not that you'll get it right 100% of the time. It's that you simply don't put yourself in positions that are uncomfortable to tolerate. That's the biggest thing. So I want to see as we get closer into the later hours, because this report that comes out tomorrow is 1 hour before the market opens. So I want to see if markets begin to de-risk because they pumped up for no reason. Tariffs have still been announced, especially to Mexico and to Canada. Tariffs are being announced all over that are supposed to be collected August 1st. That's never been good news, yet markets are still trying to recover. So we're back retesting same previous highs. I want to see if markets begin to de-risk into the close. People beginning to take profits or reduce their exposure into the market close. So if the market opens tomorrow or before that, that CPI report comes out, if it does come out worse than what is expected because it shows that tariffs are inflationary, markets can see a drawdown, and then that's the whole point. It's that if you do choose to have some cash on the sideline and markets do pull back tomorrow, that's exciting because now you're able to buy at a cheaper level, which is the whole point of this, right? Just make sure that you give yourself the option to buy versus being fully invested and not having any option. Unless you want to be, again, super aggressive, you're bullish on the market and you think that it's going to continue to push to new highs, then I wish you nothing but the best. And I hope that it pays off for you, right? But again, if you want to be more calculated and wait for that confirmation, then this is the time to do so. For those that can't tune on into our CPI data report, I just want to make you aware. I will be making a video a little bit later today, kind of highlighting the key things to look out for the CPI report. But let me just start off with this. This is a free website. You can do it all yourself. It's the bls.gov/CPI. It's the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Once the report comes out, this will refresh, and then the month of June is going to be now reported. The previous report was for the month of May. You're going to refresh it. You're going to click on PDF. And instead of saying June 11th release, it will say July 15th release. And it will be talking about the inflation in the month of June. We will be adding the new month of June of 2025 and removing the old month of June of 2024. As again, the CPI report is based off of the last 12 months before seasonal adjustment. So it's a very exciting time to be paying attention to the data. Even if all of this is going right over your head, guess what? You're going to learn more just by paying attention. You don't have to trade any of this. It's also useful as a trader and as an investor to just be aware of the reports that impact the market and why. So if markets do begin to sell off and people begin to ask you, do you know why markets are selling off? You could be like, yeah, it's because the inflation rate came out higher than what was expected and the Federal Reserve is now less likely to cut interest rates. So that's why markets are selling off. Or if inflation comes in lower than what is expected and pushed to new highs, people are like, oh, heck yeah, markets are pushing to new highs, but why? Oh, it's because inflation came in lower. It supports the case that the Federal Reserve can start to cut interest rates, and that's bullish for the market, right? Because with cheaper rates, it boosts overall economy, and people are likely to spend more money. There's a domino effect to everything. So again, it's not about a personal opinion. It's just about understanding why markets are pushing up or why markets are pushing down. So I'm excited to share this experience with you guys. Hope to see some of you guys tune on in for the first time. And again, all I ask you to do is get this video to over 1,000 likes and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, if you guys want to learn a little bit more about our LPP live trading session, I trade live every single morning right at market open. It's designed for complete beginners and it's the second link in the description down below if you want to learn more about it. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note and happy Monday.